Yes, a concealer wear test, and a high-end one at that. That's what we're going to be doing today. And in the red corner, we've got the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. And in the blue corner, we've got the Fenty We're Even Concealer. Both high-end. And what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you about the concealers. I'm going to be applying them, the Huda on this side and the Fenty on that side. And then after we've done that, we'll come back a few hours later and see how they've worn. So if that sounds like your bag, then please keep watching. Hello and welcome, or welcome back. So let's start with the Huda Beauty. This one here, I have it in the shade 2.7N and it comes in 24 shades and it retails for £26 or $31. Now it says that it's a crease-proof, buildable, medium coverage concealer, suitable for all skin types and won't give you any flashback. Now, I chose this online. I didn't buy this in store because actually in the UK it's pretty difficult. I don't know whether you who live in other countries find this, but you go to the store, you see all the makeup laid out, you ask for a particular shade, they go to the back, they start rummaging around and they never have the shade that you want. So this one I bought online and I think the shade is going to be fine. I've had a quick look at it and it looks okay. But I didn't do the same with the Fenty because some of the reviews were saying that actually it was quite difficult to find your shade. Now, happily, the Big Boots in Oxford Street in London did have the shade that I was after, because I think actually the reviews were right to say that the colour of the shades online looks quite different from the shades in real life, because this one on the box looked a lot darker than it actually is. Anyway, let's crack on. So just to let you know, I've applied an eye serum. I'm testing a new skincare range, which I can't talk about at the moment, but in a couple of weeks' time, I'll be doing a video about it. And I don't usually use an eye serum, but it was included in the package that they sent me, and I thought, well, let's give it a go. I have been using it for a bit, and it is a nice cooling serum, and I think it does help to give a little bit of extra smoothness, and I think it may help to stop creasing, so we'll see how we go. Right, so this is the Huda, and it's a very nice bottle, feels quite solid. You've got a thick doe foot and it is angled. So we're going to pop this, I think we'll do it straight from the doe foot as it's an angled doe foot, and we're going to put it straight under the eye. That may be a little bit too much, but we'll just let that settle while we get the Fenty out. And here's the Fenty. Now this one's got an unusual bottom to the glass container because you can't stand it on its end like this. You have to lie it flat because this is, I don't know whether you'd call that a lozenge shape or whatever. And this looks a bit lighter. Again, you've got an angled doe foot, but it's much smaller. So we'll pop that on here. Why do I always want to purse my lips when I'm doing this? I don't know why. Oh. Okay, there we are. Yes, you can see this is a little bit lighter. In fact, let me swatch them for you while I'm at it. So this is the Fenty, which is quite a pale colour. That's the Fenty there. And the Huda is a warmer shade, I think you would say. And there's the Huda. But I think both shades will suit me because I've got a kind of a neutral olivey skin. I'm not very warm, I'm definitely cooler, but I have a little warm streak, if you know what I mean, going on. So I'm kind of olive neutral, I would say, which actually is quite an advantage in a way because it means that warmer and cooler shades can suit me and I can always mix the two together to get the shade that I'm after. Okay, so now we've let that settle for a bit. I'm going to use the BK Beauty Nikki LaRose brush. I can't remember the number, but all the details of everything that I'm wearing today, and I have got virtually a full face of makeup on apart from concealer and powder, I will list down below for you. And I really like this angled brush because it's quite feathery at the top, so it means that you can be quite light when you apply product. In fact, let me zoom you in. See, I'm doing my pursing of my lips again. Once I've popped this on, I'm going to get a damp beauty sponge. Right, let's get a damp beauty sponge and smooth that out. Now, quite interesting, I've noticed that here the Huda hasn't quite smoothed my under eye in the way that the Fenty has. I don't know if you can see that. but it's not looking quite as good. Now it might be, I mean, it could be all sorts of things. It isn't necessarily the concealer, but at the moment, the Fenty is definitely winning, I would say. Now I'm going to powder both sides, and I'm going to use my trusty Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Finish powder, as you can see, very well loved and used. And I'll use a little velour powder puff to apply the powder, just very gently. Press it in just to set it, because I do find that the powder is the final step that really brings together the concealer and the powder together, if you know what I mean, to give you that sort of flawless finish, if you like, that smooth finish, which you're not going to get, or I don't get anyway, with just concealer. I definitely need a powder on the top. Right, there we are. So at the moment, I do think the Fenty is edging it a little bit. I'll come close again. Something wrong with my zooming in facility. It's not letting me zoom in quite as much as I would like. But I think you might be able to see that the Huda isn't looking quite as fab as the Fenty. But we'll see how they both wear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you out in natural light in a moment so that you can see what they look like there. And then later on I'll come back. It's about, yeah, it's 9:45 now. So I'll come back at about 6 o'clock. So that'll make it 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So I'll come back in 8 hours and show you how we've got on. See you in a bit. Don't go away. So here we are at the nearly 8-hour check-in. I have just had a good look, and I think you can see, in fact, can you guess, or not can you guess, can you work out from looking at me which of the concealers has worn better, the Huda Beauty or the Fenty? Well, as far as I can see in the mirror, I think the Fenty has won. And I think I kind of knew that that was going to happen from the start, because earlier on today I did mention that I thought the Huda had already settled into creases, and it's just continued to do that, whereas the Fenty hasn't. And let me come as close as I can. Can you see how amazing actually the Fenty is? I mean, really, I have not touched it. I've done absolutely nothing since I came on camera at about 10:30. And now it's gone 6 o'clock, and I think it looks quite amazing. Whereas the Huda has settled into lines. Now, like I said, I probably have more visible lines on this side of my face anyway. Although I don't know why, because I tend to sleep more on this side, and this side is more droopy. But anyway, be that as it may, that's how things have turned out, I think. Now, that's not to say that there's anything wrong with the Huda, and I'm sure if I used it again, obviously this is a first impressions. This is literally straight out of the box today. So it would be interesting to see how they fare as time goes on, because I will be doing more tests. I will be reviewing them again. I'll be trying them out, say, for a whole week, and then I'll come back and let you know how I get on with them, because first impressions are interesting, but they're not the whole story, are they? But I hope that the video has been helpful, because if you've been considering particularly the Fenty, because that's been all over YouTube for the last few weeks, this might help you to decide to take the plunge or not. So let me know in the comments, would you consider buying one of these concealers? Have you bought one of these concealers, and what did you think of it? Let me know. I'm so enjoying reading the comments and responding to them. I hadn't realised how much I enjoyed it. And if you'd like to know more about my opinions on things, and as you know, I have quite strong opinions if you've watched this channel recently, then I have a monthly newsletter, and the link to subscribe to it will be in the description box below. And in that, I don't just talk about beauty, fashion and lifestyle, but I also talk about music, books, podcasts, films, TV, and all the other bits and bobs that make us happy. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell so that YouTube lets you know each time I upload a video. And thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I'll look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye!